This is the untold truth of O-Block's deadliest gangsters. T-Roy. Let me tell you about the legend of the 5'1" assassin T-Roy, aka CHIRAQ Rambo. This dude was like a pint-sized terror, terrorizing the streets of O-Block with his gangster prowess. T-Roy's journey began with some drug flipping and petty crimes. You know, the usual street startup pack. But things got bloody when O.D. Perry was taken out by none other than K.I., the badass female assassin from 63rd. That's when all hell broke loose, and everyone swore vengeance on 63rd. T-Roy was out for blood, taking down 63rd gangsters one by one. Now picture T-Roy, this one-man army on a mission, taking out 63rd gangsters like it's a game of dominoes. Marlon Monroe? Bam! First body down, like it's no biggie. On April 28, 2012, Marlon was painting away at his unscripted in Woodlawn when he stepped out for a water break. Unknowingly to him, he sipped his last drink. Marlon was taken on the drive-by shooting, and his body fell into the grass, concealing him from being discovered on time. The gunman was none other than a 5'1" assassin, T-Roy. Monroe's 16-year-old brother, who was casually walking through the bushes, found him lying lifeless with bullet wounds. T-Roy was never apprehended, but that didn't put him off the streets. A few months later, O-Block's deadliest assassin struck again, this time around striking the heart of the 63rd STL EBT gang. T-Roy pulled his triggers on Boss TRELL, taking him out with a headshot. Boss TRELL was one of the most respected gangsters on 63rd. In fact, word on the street was Boss TRELL took out Shroyd Liggins, one of O-Block's top gangsters. Boss TRELL's infamous gun with a red laser beam sold him out as he put a bullet in Shroyd's head. Being a major gangster in O-Block, the gangsters weren't gonna let Shroyd's pass and slide. T-Roy took it upon himself to get vengeance on Boss TRELL, so he set up a classic ambush for Boss TRELL. Sick of the gang life and afraid, Boss TRELL booked a bus ticket on November 8th to leave Chicago for good. But he had unfinished business with his ex-girlfriend, LaDorothy. She became the perfect pawn for T-Roy to get at Boss TRELL. The two lovebirds planned to meet at the 2600 block of West 83rd Street at 11 p.m. on that fateful night. TRELL's heart was shattered, as he was met not by his lover, but by his ops. There he stood, low but mighty, the 5'1" gangster T-Roy along with his fellow gangsters, King Von, T-Roy, J Money, and Boss Top. Boss TRELL knew he had no fighting chance, but still, he pulled out his gun and fought one last time. He was found lifeless on the curb the following morning with his bus tickets still in his pocket. T-Roy carried on menacing the Chicago streets, taking out his ops and watching them fall. It didn't take a while before he became an enemy of all the gangs in Chicago. T-Roy made matters worse when he took the life of Stunner from the Subaru TTB side of the Black Peace Tones. On the fateful day of June 8, 2013, Stunner was on the slip ramp between 71st Street and 75th Street. He sat in a vehicle with a woman who the streets claimed was his girlfriend. Stunner was chilling with his lady when T-Roy's bullets rained down. It was like a gangster magic trick. Now you see him, now you don't. Stunner found himself in a body bag, and T-Roy was just getting warmed up. T-Roy became a threat to all the gangsters of Chicago. He became so deadly that ops had to work together to put T-Roy out. On February 15, 2017, T-Roy went about his usual day of op hunting, looking for his next prey, the next body for his bullet to kiss. But unknown to him, this was the day he would meet his end. TB was a gangster from Taekwon World who made it his duty to diss O-Block gangsters on every track he rapped. In January 2017, he dropped the track Taekwon Way, where fallen disciples of O-Block. The 5'1" assassin took it upon himself to take out Taekwon for dissing his phone. STL EBT gangster FBG Brick had teamed up with the gangsters from Taekwon Way, so when he saw T-Roy lurking through the streets where TB stayed, he put a drop on his location. In no time, T-Roy was surrounded. He was at a shoe store when TB, CGR, and an unnamed gangster from Taekwon World pulled up on him. It was like a scene out of a gangster movie, and there was no escape for T-Roy. He knew the gig was up and faced the music like a true gangster. T-Roy looked at him, shrugged, and said, "You got me." Boom. Heck, aka HK. The death of T-Roy only birthed another deadly gangster from O-Block, his brother, Hakeem Johnson, aka Heck. You see, while T-Roy was thugging on the streets of Chicago, dropping bodies all over, his brother Heck played a silent role. Nobody expected Heck to step up and bring the fire. Heck was a silent player, always in the mix, but never one to spill blood. But losing his bro woke up the beast in him, and things took a deadly turn. Shortly after T-Roy passed away, O-Block adopted a new name coined by Heck himself, Get Back Gang. Heck formed this gang to get back at everyone who was involved in the murder of his beloved brother. He literally turned into a savage after T-Roy passed away. The first person to get popped on Heck's list was Poppy, a gangster from Taekwon World. On June 16th, 2017, Heck, alongside his friend Durk, got a 3x multi-kill as they gunned down Poppy, FBG Brick, and Kobe Mack in a drive-by. Heck got back at Brick for dropping T-Roy's location on the day he passed. On the other hand, Kobe Mack was FBG Brick's cousin, who happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Heck wasn't just taking out bodies, he was serving up a cold dish of payback, like, you mess with my bro, you pay the price. As fate would have it, the last body that Heck dropped was none other than TB, who pulled the trigger that took out his brother T-Roy. On September 26, 2017, Heck found his prey, TB, in the 7000 block of South Chapel. Heck didn't hesitate to pull a bullet in the head of the man who took his brother's life. He really did get back at everyone who was involved in the passing of his brother T-Roy. But just like T-Roy, Heck soon met his end. After a couple of months of going on a vengeance-filled mission, Heck met his end as some STL EBT gangsters, including FBG Wooski and Skinny, spun the block on Heck and gunned him down. King Von. King Von was a known menace on the streets of Chicago. Von was so bad that you needed 3 to 4 hands just to count the number of bodies he had dropped. Von was a force to be reckoned with, dropping bodies left and right like a numbers game. You talking about Richard Modell, Derek Johnson, Boss TRELL, Malcolm Stuckey, and the one that sealed his rep, GAKIRAH Barnes, aka K.I., Von was right there, pulling the trigger and taking lives like it was just another day at the office. One of Von's bodies that proved he was truly a deadly gangster was GAKIRAH Barnes. Now hold up, cause this ain't your regular gangster story. K.I. was a known killer, credited for taking out the infamous O.D. Perry of O-Block alongside other O-Block legends like J Money and Sheroid. King Von and GAKIRAH, they had a thing going on. They didn't hide their feelings. It was all out in the open. But while Von wanted K.I. to ditch the street life, she was living for the thrill of it all. Talking about spicy drama, they were sending flirty texts on Twitter like it was a game. And don't get me started on the death threats they were tossing back and forward. One tweet from King Von's account said, @Taekwon Assassin, good afternoon wifey. And K.I. replied with, @King Von from the Wick, LOL, #funny ass, what up dude? They kept at it, tweeting like it was a modern day gangster love story. King Von even confessed, @Taekwon Assassin, LOL, I'm missing you, I be having you on my mind a lot on David, but you know how the streets get messy, right? King Von got locked up for taking out Boss TRELL. When he came back, he found out K.I. went on a rampage and wiped out 2 of his homies. It was like a gangster soap opera unfolding on Twitter. Von tweeted, @Taekwon Assassin, what's up ma? You don't miss him? And K.I. hit back with, what up my boy when we linkin'? And threw in some gun emojis like it's a deadly love letter. The drama escalated as Von confronted K.I. about losing his homies. She had vengeance in her heart, and there was no backing down. Von paid tribute to his fallen soldiers, P-Crack and J Money, whom K.I. had taken out to get back at him. Gangsta love, they say, is complicated. April 14th, 2014, the day it all came to an end for K.I. She was on her way to a party with her friend, FBG Butter, when King Von and his homies pulled up. Bullets flew at Von's gun letting loose like a furious storm, and K.I. got hit 9 times. She passed away from her injuries. King Von was never locked up for the hit, cause authorities said they had no proof against him. Welcome to the hood, where every move counts. In these mean streets, it's all about loyalty, revenge, and survival. The streets ain't no playground, it's a jungle, and only the strong survive.